The bodies of 3 more hostages killed on October 7 were recovered overnight from Gaza, Israel's army said Friday, as the top United Nations court prepares to rule on whether Israel must halt its military operations and withdraw from the enclave. The bodies of Hanan Yablonka, Michelle Niesenbaum, and Orion Hernandez Radu were found and their families have been notified. The army said they were killed on the day of the attack at the Mifalsam intersection and their bodies were taken to Gaza. The announcement comes less than a week after the army said it found the bodies of 3 other Israeli hostages killed on October 7. Hamas-led militants killed around 1,200 people, mainly civilians, and abducted around 250 others in the October 7 attack. Around half of those hostages have since been freed, most in swaps for Palestinian prisoners held by Israel during a week-long ceasefire in November. Israel says around 100 hostages are still captive in Gaza, along with the bodies of at least 39 more, while 17 bodies of hostages have been recovered. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to both eliminate Hamas and bring all the hostages back, but he's made little progress. He faces pressure to resign, and the U.S. has threatened to scale back its support over the humanitarian situation in Gaza. On Friday, Netanyahu said the country had a duty to do everything to return those abducted, both those killed and those who are alive. In a post on X Friday, French President Emmanuel Macron gave condolences to the family of Hernandez Radu, a French-Mexican citizen, saying France remains committed to releasing the hostages. The country is also expecting a ruling Friday afternoon by the International Court of Justice to decide on an urgent plea by South Africa to order Israel to cease operations. Israel is unlikely to comply with any such order. Even so, a ceasefire order by judges of the International Court of Justice would heap more pressure on an increasingly isolated Israel. On the hostages, Israelis are divided into 2 main camps: those who want the government to put the war on hold and free the hostages, and others who think the hostages are an unfortunate price to pay for eradicating Hamas. On and off negotiations mediated by Qatar, the United States and Egypt have yielded little. Anger is growing at home at the government's handling of the hostage crisis. Earlier this week, a group representing the families of hostages released new video footage showing Hamas' capture of 5 female Israeli soldiers near the Gaza border on October 7.